What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of our 2022 NBA Draft Player Breakdown series. In today's video I have an international player that I feel like is a perfect fit for today's NBA and a perfect mold for today's NBA big man. That is Ismael Kamagate. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. That's just how I've heard other people pronounce it in other videos I've watched. So I'm going to kind of go off that, I guess. So Kamagate is a 6'11", 225-pound center from France. He played for Paris basketball for his professional kind of playing over in France. He's currently projected to be kind of late first round to early second round pick. Kind of depends on how much he kind of moves around here as the draft kind of gets closer. I know a lot of international players tend to move up draft boards as it gets closer to the draft, as teams are able to kind of better scout them, I guess you could say, and spend more time watching them play, workouts, things like that. So I think, like I said, Kamagate is a perfect fit for today's NBA big man at 6'11", 225 pounds. So let's go ahead and look at some of his strengths. So go ahead and looking at some of Ismael's strengths. One of the biggest things is just his size. He's got a really solid frame for the NBA's kind of center position at 6'11", 225 pounds. He's got the height, he's got the size there, but just his body's got broad shoulders. He's not too big in the fact that he can't move, but at 225 pounds, he's got good athletic ability. He's really quick off his feet, or quick off the floor. He's got, good length in his arms, which will help him, be a good rim protector. But one of the biggest things for him is that he's, the prototypical kind of, lob threat and then rim protector on the defense side of the floor. He's got, really good instincts for, getting in positions to be there for lobs, getting into positions for offensive rebounds and then getting putbacks that way. His offensive skills kind of, around the hoop and post up aren't necessarily there right now. He's got pretty raw kind of footwork and skill in that sense of posting up. But, his instincts with catching lobs, getting that dunker spot for kind of drop-offs and, finishing at the rim strong, they are there for sure. And that is something that teams are really going to love about him is, teams are always needing that lob threat. You kind of need a big guy that's able to catch lobs if your guard gets in the paint. Kind of just needs someplace to throw it up to. He's that perfect type of player that can go up and get the ball. Is quick off his feet and then can also, catch it well and finish through contact, finish with a dunk, whatever the case may be. But on the offensive side of the ball, like I said, perfect, lob threat, get in the dunker spot, get drop-offs, and, really just put the ball on people's heads. So that's kind of what he'll project to be on the offensive side of the ball. In defense, that's another one of his big strengths is that he projects to be kind of the perfect rim protector at this NBA is kind of in right now, as he's got long arms, he's athletic, he can time people's shots up perfectly to block them. He can, get a little too happy and foul easily, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But like I said, he's just kind of has that mold and that perfect, kind of play style for today's NBA and today's big guys. They're not really asked to post up a whole lot anymore. You're really just asked to catch lobs, dunk the ball on drop-offs or offense rebounds, and then block shots and protect the rim on the defense side of the ball. And I think that Ismael has that perfect build and perfect kind of play set to do that, and I think that is why he's kind of projecting to be a late first round pick or to early second round pick maybe. But I could see him kind of moving up boards as the as the draft gets closer and being a first round pick for sure. Now go ahead and looking at some of his weaknesses. I kind of already touched on that just a little bit, but he doesn't have a very skilled game, I guess you could say, on the offense side of the ball. His footwork is pretty raw. You can tell that he's still pretty young and hasn't really developed the footwork in the post too much. You can tell that he hasn't really been asked to post up a whole lot. But like I said, he's just got a really raw skill set. However, him posting up, obviously as a big guy, you're going to have to post up sometimes, but I don't think that that's necessarily going to be his game. his game is really to, like I said, catch lobs and protect the rim on the other side of the floor. So, his kind of raw skill set and maybe I guess you could say poor footwork on the offensive side of the ball isn't a big concern to me, or wouldn't be if I was an NBA GM or an NBA scout or whatever you want to say, is because I don't think he's necessarily going to utilize the post up a whole lot at the NBA level. But that's kind of one of his weaknesses on the offense side of the ball, is that his skill set or his footwork just isn't really there to the highest level right now. On the defense side of the ball, really one of maybe the biggest weaknesses of his is that he can get a little too kind of block happy and get out a little bit out of control of his body and tend to foul a little bit, get himself in foul trouble. One of the biggest things for a shot blocker, and one of the biggest things that teams really ask of them is just to stay out of foul trouble. Obviously, they want you to block as many shots as possible, but you're really no help, to the team and to the defense side of the ball if you're sitting on the bench because of foul trouble. He does have a tendency to kind of get a little happy, a little too over-aggressive, and foul people and get into foul trouble. But really, like I said, I think he plays in today's NBA kind of big guy role perfectly in being a lob threat and just a defensive anchor on the defensive side of the ball. So Ismael is projected to be late first round to early second round pick right now. Like I said, I think that he's got a really good game, got the perfect game for today's NBA. He has shown the ability to shoot the mid-range a little bit. It's not a very pretty shot. It's kind of a knuckleball shot, but he has shown that he can shoot that. So maybe NBA teams will be able to work with him on that and get him to be able to shoot the mid-range and kind of extend the floor a little bit in that sense. But he's the perfect lob threat, defensive kind of rim protector, defensive anchor. He's got all the tools, all the makings, the size to be that at the NBA level, and I think that is why he will, in my opinion, move up draft boards as the draft gets closer. People see his workouts, see his athletic ability, his length, his size, everything like that. So I just want to hear from all you guys in the comment section down below your thoughts on him. Do you think he will be a first round pick, be a second round pick? Do you think teams will really want to take him and wait the couple years for him to maybe develop and be that kind of player that he is projected to be? Leave that all in the comment section down below. As always, make sure to like button this video, hit the subscribe button, join the channel, join the conversation, share this video with your friend, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.